last time.
Well, yeah. So last time you guys made the decision to start.
Did we get any XP last time? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, you take another 15.
Sweet.
I don't think I gave you any at the end of the last one, so.
So we didn't spend.
So, yeah, you guys made the decision to start tracking down the mysterious space wizards that you've started learning some about. And your primary method of doing so was tracking down one of, or some of Boxus's old clan, since they had a...
Yeah.
They were exiled because of a force sensitive, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and they put you guys on the trail of perhaps the only surviving elder from your exiled clan, who, as far as they know, is currently on an Imperial prison planet somewhere. Did I give you a name for that old Nautolan?
I don't believe you
No.
did.
Okay.
It was some kind of old elder. That's all we were given.
The name that they would give you...
This is the people on Naboo?
Yes.
His family members on Naboo? Or clan members, I should say.
The name that they would give you is Iradot Stoll. Iraddot.
Soul? S-O-L?
Stoll. Stoall.
Iridot Stoll.
No, you're a dot stone.
Badum-tis.
Back down to 57 followers, boys.
Times are hard. Something about you
like
taking
that,
a drink of a beer, sitting back down to 57 followers, boys. That was very appropriate. Once again on call, because we always record this when I'm on call for whatever reason. I promise I'm not on call that often. So, sorry about beeping. For the 2 or 3 people listening to this that aren't us.
What was that, Jerry?
Should we do a force roll before we continue anything?
Oh, we should.
Jerry, that's why we keep you around.
Man, that guy's got tabs on all four.
That guy knows way more than any of the rest of us.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, just in general.
Just across the board.
I got one light side.
It's the white one, right? At the bottom?
Yep. I need to use
you
these
guys-
against you guys more often.
We need to use them more often.
Ooh, light side.
One dark side. Of course I add the dark side.
Of course you do.
You're fired.
I'm fired? Is that what you said? Or I'm fine?
No, I said you're fired, but I said it like
Yeah.
with an accent.
You're bad.
So I said
You
you're
tried to
fired.
pull Donald Trump.
Yeah. No, that's like you're fired.
Oh, I see. Thank you for clarifying. That was so needlessly uncomfortable of a conversation. Okay. Back to you, Will.
Well, I mean, it's kind of back to you guys.
Oh yeah, back to us.
Yeah.
We were gonna go back to. We were thinking about going back to the planet where we did that gun run, weren't we?
Yeah.
To try and talk to the rebels.
Oh,
Yeah, we were gonna try and figure out if the rebels knew anything about this prison planet, so we could break out Iridot Stroll.
So I guess we fly back
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We do that.
Okay. You can do that. Are you going to the same landing pad, or...
I think so. It seemed like they had
Yeah.
tabs on it enough to come and meet us the first time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the landing pad's still clear, so you can land there without any trouble. As just kind of a reminder, it's a very thickly forested planet, but this landing pad is kind of standing up above the trees. And then there's a road that's been kind of cut through the forest that heads off into the distance.
Okay, so just because I remember what happened last time we were here, I say Apex and Haas you guys go look for the rebels, and pretty much I'll stay with the ship, because if there are Imperial patrols, I can fly the ship away and kind of get out of,
Well, we
get
do
it out
have
of
a
harm, so we don't
droid.
risk impact.
Don't we have a droid that can fly our ship? Right?
True.
Oh yeah, we did just get our astromech.
Yeah. I mean, you could still stick around if you want, but...
I mean, it
Yeah.
could be nice to have someone on the ship in case they come to say, "Oh no, it's totally fine. Nothing weird going on here." Maybe have our astromech just welding basically nothing on the side of the ship, just to look like there might be something wrong with it. It's kind of like sitting there pretending to do work on the ship and be like, "Oh, you're just doing some minor repairs," kind of a thing.
Did one of you guys write down the details for our astromech? Because I sure as hell didn't.
I wrote down what model it was somewhere.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
It's an R7. I mean, it has the built-in welding torch thing or whatever the term is, space torch.
Yeah.
And so I know it's got that, and that it's got the astrogation skill and piloting planetary skill and some other traits and stuff. I'd have to open its stats back up to know all the deets though.
I just wanted to make sure one of us had it written down somewhere.
The answer to that is apparently no.
I don't think I have it all written down. I think I might have taken a screenshot on my phone of it, so we just have it to pull up though if we need it.
Well, anyway, yeah, I think I'll still hang out with the ship, just in case, we need to get out of Dodge quickly. And plus, can avoid. I have the space piloting skills, so I can avoid. I can handle space combat if necessary.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I guess Haas and I'll get on the bike.
Just follow the road.
I think just follow the road and
Yeah.
keep our eyes peeled as we're going to see if there are any other branching pathways off of this cut road that we can see, or things that are anything along the side that we can pick out that's oh, that might be the direction where a secret base is.
Okay, a couple miles along the road, it seems to run into a much larger clearing.
Okay.
And there's kind of a colony built here.
Okay.
It's a small town essentially.
Haas.
Yes.
Smooth talk Haas.
Yes.
Do you want to ask around without just walking up to somebody being "Hey, hello, fellow freedom fighters. Where's the local rebel hotspot?"
Yes.
It's worth saying I am wearing my concealing robes right now, so that hopefully even someone who would recognize the clearly Purge Trooper refitted armor I have would not notice that I'm wearing it.
Okay.
I am in my full armor.
Paid a lot for it. He wants to show it off.
That's right.
It's shiny. Yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of start asking around.
Okay. You can make me a negotiation or charm, I guess. Charm would probably be fine.
Okay.
And either of you can make me notice rolls if you're looking for the guys that you interacted with earlier.
I'd like to look and see if I can notice anybody who I recognize from that original group, the vehicle from that original group, that kind of transport freighter truck thing.
Could it,
Yeah, I'd like to see if I spot any of them.
could it be negotiation? Or
Sure.
would you rather it be charm?
That'd be perception. Right?
Negotiation's fine.
Okay. And you said
Do a hard one.
How hard's the perception check?
Average.
Okay.
It's
A
not all that
success
big of
and a
time.
threat.
One advantage, one triumph.
So you it's the order that I want to address this in. You manage. You're just kind of. There is kind of like a little cantina here, as well as just like kind of a small spaceport and stuff like that. It's not a huge settlement, but there are still quite a few people here. You guys don't necessarily get any weird looks, just like traveling around. You manage to just really like quite subtly say the right things to the right people in the tavern in particular to get pointed towards. They give you essentially sort of like an office number at the spaceport, and to like go talk to the guy there. You see, you do spot one of the two guys that you were with, or that you met with the first time. It's the guy that was actually like talking to you face to face.
Okay.
But he appears to be in the midst of being arrested by Imperial stormtroopers. Like they have him kind of like up. There's like two stormtroopers that have him kind of like, or like one's searching him, and there's 4 stormtroopers total. 2 just kind of standing there talking, and 2 that are actually seem to be like patting this guy down.
So anyway, stop lying.
So this town has a stormtrooper presence, like has an Imperial presence to it.
Not a big one, but it seems like there are at least some here. You don't know if they're just passing through from a
I'm
larger
gonna
town.
walk towards them and just listen to see if I can hear what they're saying to him. If they have like a specific, if I can try and discern specifically what they're giving him the shakedown for.
It's hard to tell. The 2 that are just standing there talking are making the most noise, and they just seem to be mostly bored stormtroopers. The 2 that are actually kind of searching him are just like aren't talking much. Like one of them's like patting him down. It's hard to tell, at least just like as you're kind of approaching and listening, and what like why they're arresting him.
So does it seem like they're like putting him in bindings, or are they just like giving him like patting him down and searching him? Like is he being stopped and frisked, or is he being arrested?
It looks like he's being arrested.
I mean, we're in like the middle of a town. I can't just start blasting.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped you before.
If I'm around.
But if I help this guy,
Is
this like he's like in a bar talking to somebody?
Yeah, I assume we're completely separated right now.
Yeah, you're not all that far apart though.
I would assume that like I would drive us to a bar, and then you would go inside, and I would stay outside and just like watch on the street. So I'm gonna gank comlink, and I'm going to say I have found one of the people we met with before, but he's getting arrested. Do you think you could talk him out of it?
Try.
Come out the bar to the left, down the walkway a little ways.
I do that.
Okay. There's 4 stormtroopers arresting one of the rebels you met with earlier.
I'm going to kind of stand. I'm not going to like move up with him. I'm going to kind of stand back and act like an onlooker
Okay.
while he comes up and talks to him.
There are a couple of people kind of like...
I'm looking like just your average space scum gawking at the situation.
I go in and say, What did this traitor do anyway?
They just kind of... they like, despite the fact that you are much taller, I assume, than any of the stormtroopers, and in heavy battle armor, the initial response is just kind of the like, move along. Like, Imperial business, move along.
You know, I get real tired of all this rebel crap. I mean, I've never had a hard time living in the Empire. In fact, I think my life's been better. You know what? I'd like to have a piece of this guy myself. In fact, I I insist.
Roll me a deception? A hard deception? No, a daunting deception check. No,
Oh my.
no, you know what? I'll make it a hard deception check. But
But
I'll do
one of them-
that. And one of them is the red instead of... That way you just split the difference, because I don't know... What do I do?
That way there's a chance of catastrophic failure.
Okay.
Eyeing this
I don't think
situation
my
like
deception's
my
very
blaster's heavy blast
Right.
rifle's like on a sling in front of me, and my hand's just like every word he says, it slowly rises closer to the handle of my gun. Like this isn't gonna go well.
I can just picture Apex just like he has it on his shoulder. The first word comes out of Haas's mouth. Kind of takes it off his shoulder.
Next couple words, fingers start to grasp the actual handle.
By the time he's done with the sentence, he's aimed at a stormtrooper.
So it's hard. And
I did use some of my experience to take the quick draw,
It's a 2, 3. And
so I can quick draw now.
No. So the way the upgrading works is it takes one of those and turns it into one of those. The same way, like, you upgrade those into those.
Okay.
Apart from that, yeah, the rest of that was right.
One failure.
One
It could be much worse. It could be much worse.
They kind of the two stormtroopers, the two that are like, so one of them still kind of has this guy pinned against the wall. The other one turns around and is kind of looking back and forth between the two stormtroopers who are talking and Haas. Like, and even though he's wearing a helmet, you get the impression of like what, which is the same sort of look that the two stormtroopers have as they just kind of like look at each other, like, and don't say anything for a second, just like what the fuck's up with this guy? And then one of them just sort of awkwardly repeats, "Move along."
Move along. Alright, I'm doubling down. I'm going for the daunting, or not, well, just for the intimidation part. I'm gonna say, I don't think you understood me. This one's mine.
Roll me, okay, do daunting intimidation.
Coercion.
Coercion. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
coercion.
what I thought.
System.
That's what I was betting on, because that's my highest level.
Can't you also suffer some strain to make that into a hard instead of a daunting?
I can.
I think that's a thing you can do.
Yes, of a coercion check. Okay, so clear. Spent a strain. I'll do that in a second. So you said daunting. That would be. Yeah. How did we end up? If I had 3 of these but only 2 base willpower.
It's 2 yellow and 1 green.
2 yellow, 1 green.
Mhm.
4 purples. Or 3 purples.
4 purples.
Well, I'm spending a
Oh,
strain.
right. 3 purples.
While he's having this conversation, I kind of am pulling out my data pad and working on something right now. That's my attempt at this afterward. We'll see what happens.
If this fails, it's Gaffy Whack.
Oh, God.
I don't think you understand. He doesn't make empty threats.
This is definitely one of those
guesses?
situations where you
Any
stop
guesses?
Christ and
1 failure. Like 12 successes.
1 success, but like 90 threats.
3 advantages.
No success, no. Oh.
3 failures.
So
I
failed.
I
with
fail really hard, but I got a good feeling about the next time.
Can I step in as hit with him saying this?
Sure.
Can I try and be his advantages?
Sure.
What I want to try
I'll
to
let
pull
you
up.
explain your plan.
So what I'd like to try and do is what I was pulling out of my data pad is I wanted to just, because I'm a bounty hunter, I wanted to pull up something that looks like kind of like a bounty hunter file or some sort of like bounty hunting, however you would like signify that you are a bounty hunter. I'd like to pull that up on my data pad and approach, kind of tossing my cloak behind me to reveal my armor, and walk up beside him and be like, "Stand aside, citizen. Clearly," presence of 1. Stand aside. He's trying to take you for idiots. This man is wanted. I am a bounty hunter contracted by the Empire. I was on his trail and noticed this all going down. I am under direct orders to bring him back alive, and we'll need to be taking him from your custody. And that's what I say.
Give me...
And I hold up without handing off the data pad. I just hold up something that looks vaguely
Now
like
you
it
can
matters.
give me a hard deception check.
Good! Hey, deception's cunning, so I'll be less terrible at it. I'm spending one of these.
So I'm realizing that it wasn't smart
hard
for me
deception?
to rank up my coercion skill because I only have 2 willpower. Probably should have done it. Yeah.
No, it is worth it because it gives you more dice.
I guess you're right.
Success and a threat.
I'm so tempted.
The stormtrooper sort of immediately is like, you get this. Oh, why didn't you say so? Impression.
Mm-hmm.
And the response that you get is like, is I'll be happy to hand him over to you if you'll just accompany them down to the garrison so they can check over the documentation and like the like watch officer can make sure everything's official.
Of course, lead the way. and I'm going to say that and glance towards you. You can't. I have a helmet. I can't give you a facial expression, so I just turn and look at you, and I am going to start walking over, and I'm going to walk up to the guy, and does he like seem to kind of recognize us?
Yeah, I mean you are a hard group to miss.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like start walking with the group, and I'm gonna try and put myself next to this guy.
Okay. It's hard to do because there are stormtroopers on either side of him. Like they kind of have him by either arm.
Okay. Looking around, does there seem to be any other stormtroopers in the area or anything like that? It's just these 4 guys. Okay.
It's about time.
You turn and look, and he's behind one of the stormtroopers with an axe.
I am going to walk up to this guy and have they put him in binds yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take out my like enhanced fancy magna cuffs.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, do you mind if I put something a little stronger on him? I don't trust anything but the best with a guy as dangerous as him.
Roll an average negotiation.
Oh no. Negotiation.
It's like asking Sergio Juan Julio for a notice roll.
1 failure.
1 failure? This is Imperial military issue. This is the best available.
Fair enough. Just let me scan and make sure I've got the right guy here. And I'm going to walk up, pull the blaster pistol out of my holster, turn it to him, and then turn and just try and unload with the heavy blaster.
Let's have an initiative roll.
I assume it's a vigilant, or it's probably a cool from me, huh? I'd rather it was vigilance, but I'm starting this, so it's probably a cool.
We'll set one of those over there for rules reference. Just because you never know.
You never know what you don't know.
Was that
just your vigilance check or your cool check?
My cool check.
Your cool check?
The stats that I
Damn.
should probably have just as my laptop background. Stormtrooper.
I like how horribly.
I come flying across with the ship, and I just do a quick air raid. I level the town.
It's very cinematic of you. I love how, despite me standing up all these like
Your character is built to be a smooth talker.
like smooth. He's going to be a smooth talker. About only half the time does it actually work, and both times it either works really well
Or not at all.
Let's be honest. It's more about how you choose to approach some situations than it is about the skills you actually have.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
You know, Haas isn't the wisest fellow. Very impulsive.
Vigilance is willpower?
Yes, I believe so. It is.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, for whatever this guy is, I don't know his name still, but I hand him just a regular blaster pistol.
Okay, what are you... What's your 2?
Mine is 1 success.
Okay.
His is everything.
2 success, 4 advantage.
Okay, you're going first. The stormtroopers will be before you. Let's see.
Before our second initiative slot.
Yes. And let's see where this guy ends up. He probably just assumes you guys are bounty hunters and that you were making the gun run just to be like, yep, these are fucking rebels. So I'm going to do a vigilance check for him as well. Okay, so you guys have the top and bottom initiative slots.
Do you mind if I take the top one for the first round?
That's fine.
I just used my 15 experience. And I got quick draw and quick strike. And so I'm going to quick draw my heavy blaster.
Okay.
And I am going to aim and auto fire it at these close stormtroopers.
Yeah,
it's close range, but since I'm auto firing it becomes an average instead of an easy check because it ups it 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 2 perps. Let me clear it. But with quick draw I get to aim, so I get to add a blue. And quick strike, I add a blue per rank of quick strike against enemies that haven't acted in this encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So I get another blue, and then my heavy. A success, 3 advantages, and a triumph.
Very nice. So,
which
you can spend that triumph to just trigger auto fire, I believe.
Can I trigger auto fire more than once? If I get more than... Because I know you can spend 2 advantages to trigger auto fire. I'm definitely hitting at least 2 of them, but if I can just go... just blast 3 of them
Auto
down?
fire can be triggered multiple times.
Okay.
Each time the attacker triggers auto fire, it deals an additional hit to target. I mean,
Okay.
you choose.
Yeah.
Where... Yeah, I assumed it was 1 attack at each one. So,
Mm-hmm. And it's 2 advantages, and I could spend a triumph to do that?
I think you can, and I think you can also... Even if you can't, I'm pretty sure you can spend it in the place of a advantage.
Which I have 3 advantages, so the 1 triumph would make it into...
I mean, you're going to be able to hit 3 of them.
Okay, so it'll be 11 damage to 3 of them. I'll just blast across the 3 closest.
They did.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay. What type of blaster pistol did you give this guy?
Just regular blaster pistol.
Okay.
It's a 6 damage. Medium range.
It's that, but I'm going to give him that because his hands are linked together.
Fair.
He does just enough to kill the last one.
So I hand that to him, blast across 3, he pops up and shoots the last one in like the back of the head. And then I'm just gonna look to Haas and I'm gonna kind of look to you, but I'm focusing very hard, just kind of in your direction, and my motorcycle's gonna come spinning around the corner and driving towards us. I'm like, get in, and because I'll use my neural machine interface to drive the bike to us, and hop on and get the fuck out of Dodge, get out of that area.
Okay. You just heading anywhere, or
I'm gonna be get in and then get away from the scene, and then tell him where can we go to lie low as we're getting out of there.
He'll give you directions through through the through the little town to a building near the spaceport.
Okay.
Once he's unbound, he'll unlock the door and usher everybody inside.
Okay.
Wow, that went surprisingly smooth.
Yeah.
Somehow, Somehow Apex just out charisma'd and out melee'd. Well, I guess it was
out
last
close
year.
range
Out
combat.
close ranged.
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
We get inside. And I guess be like, well, that was stressful. That was a tight spot we put ourselves in here.
You smooth talker there, Apex.
I had to come up with something to get us at least close.
Yeah, you just wave at the ladies?
No.
No.
This is where Apex would be like, I'm a female gank.
Oh, I didn't.
You can't tell. I'm gonna turn to this rebel scum, and I'm gonna be like, we came here looking for you lot again because we're trying to break into an Imperial compound prison planet and free someone that we only loosely know. And the way I look at it,
Thanks,
you owe
I
us now. We figured if anyone would know how to find more information about specifically where we're trying to get to, where this person is being held, it would probably be the likes of the Rebellion. At least those who would know and be willing to help.
What do you know about space wizards? Nautolan space wizards.
And their wand.
Less
And they're-
about Nautolan space wizards than any other type of space wizards?
So you know more about Wookiee space wizards than you do about Nautolan space wizards.
Roughly equivalent.
Okay, fair enough. 0 equals 0.
I mean, he does now owe you, and he can put in a call. He himself doesn't know anything about about or Imperial prison planets. For the record, he thinks you're insane, but
Likely.
He's met us twice, so I'm pretty sure he's got a good basis on whether or not we're insane or not.
but he does.
Saying I went to Space Yale.
On a bocce ball scholarship.
We went straight to pro.
Yeah, and you never got your degree. You went pro your sophomore year.
He said, "Fuck, I agree."
He finds a kind of as you're talking, he's very clearly like packing a bag. He doesn't seem to be intending to stay here any longer. He retrieves a blaster pistol out of
I extend my hand to get mine back.
Yeah.
And I reholster that.
And he recovers a comlink and kind of steps into one of the other rooms of the building for a minute.
Okay. While he's in the other room, I'll gank comlink over to Boxus. And I'm going to be like, things got a little hairy here. We shot 4 stormtroopers. We're in contact with the rebels. We are lying low. Keep an eye out for any Imperial activity. They might be looking around and stirring things up after what we started.
All right, I'm sending R7 out on the wing to act like he's prepared. He's repairing something.
Perfect.
When this rebel comes back a couple minutes later, he says that he assumes you all still have a ship.
Nod.
And if you're willing to give him a lift, he can take you to a set of coordinates on that planet where you can talk with some officers from the rebellion.
Okay. How best would we leave this town unnoticed and get back onto that main road?
I mean, you could probably just leave. As long as you move fast.
Then let's go.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna, as we're walking out, I'm gonna be like, I'm like walk up to you as we're walking. I'm like, I think he gets the sidecar.
I mean, anything for the team. I guess.
well, once again, 3 people on a bike with a sidecar, looking like a bunch of absolute morons. Will floor it out of 10.
It's nothing new for you guys.
Nope.
The 3 people on the bike, I mean. Or the morons, I
It
guess.
usually works for us.
Yeah. Hey, gets us around.
Biker in the sidecar.
Yeah, and back at the ship, he'll give you a set of coordinates for another location on that planet, as well as a like landing code.
Okay. I mean, I assume he gives them to us collectively, and we
Yes.
wait for boxes to take them because he's the pilot.
Yep. I'll take everything, and I have R7 punch in the coordinates, but then I'm also gonna look at the rebel and be like, where are we taking you? In fact, why are you here?
He's going with you guys.
He's gonna help us attack a prison.
Well, this isn't the prison's coordinates, I don't think.
No.
This is coordinates on this planet to go and meet up with his friends.
Oh, alright. Okay. Good enough. I get the ship going, and R7's back in the co-pilot seat.
He sure hopes he's not coming with you to attack an Imperial prison planet.
On the way over, what is your name?
Good question.
Goes to Google. Star Wars name.
Anybody need to go to the bathroom or
Get a drink
or-
here. Small talk, small talk, small talk, small talk. Small talk, small talk, small talk.
So
Well, he looks through his notes of the names that he already decided
Actually,
on.
I do have a short list of names.
So, Tablet Cook, huh?
Man, he was not even supposed to play, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, he's actually going to be in. Well, I'd rather have him than Chuba Hubbard. And he just first half gets 20-some points. And I'm, all right.
This is matchup the century right here because you're 11-1 or 12-1.
I lost one. I don't know.
You lost one. I've won 8 in a row. So
I hope to put your streak to an end, even if I've locked in the number 1 seed, so I don't care until playoffs.
my goal is to catch Costigan for me too.
For some reason, I thought I'd already used this name, but I can't find it in my notes. And if I did use it, I'll change that person's
Hey,
name. When
multiple people have the same. There's not only one Brian, all right? There are many Brians. Just because instead of Brian it's Orog doesn't mean that it's not just the Brian of Star Wars.
His name is Joel Sylvan.
Joel Sylvan.
JOLSOVVEN.
Mev Dalior?
Bondo. James O. Bondo.
You get him on the, you get him on the, you get this rebel on the ship, and he takes off his mustache, and Dev Malior says, "Thanks for getting me out of there."
Damn it! Damn. We shoot him in the stomach and leave him for dead.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Only so that he can be an
The last.
NPC set up for the start of someone else's campaign.
I did forget about the James O'Bondo joke.
Bondo. James O. Bondo.
Yeah, maybe we force it in you.
Maybe force it in you, James O. Bondo.
One of these days when we milk the cow, all the Star Wars campaigns, we'll do our Dev Malior spinoff.
That's right. Well, have to dig up his character sheet. Exists somewhere in that
I
file.
have seen his character sheet.
It's still
here.
somewhere out there.
Everyone knows it's Dev. Who's just worse than Han Solo.
It's Dev.
I just assume that I can make up some
Everyone.
subpar stats off the top of my head if I need Dev to roll something.
Does Dev have streetwise? Yeah, but not enough. Is he cunning? Sorta.
Does he have shooting? Yeah. He
Yeah.
can shoot.
He can shoot. He's got just enough brawn that he survived this far. Does he got cool? A little less than he thinks he's got.
The coordinates that you guys are led to, and at first as you guys kind of reach them, at first you don't really see anything, but you do get like an automatic response to the landing code. And the hangar that you guys are sort of guided to, don't throw a pencil at me.
Talk about the hangar better.
It is a lot like the hangar on Yavin 4, kind of built in the side of a cliff. It's pretty well hidden. It doesn't seem to be especially large.
Like in relation to our ship, how many of our ship would fit in here?
A few. There are a couple of small transports here, and a couple of X-wings, and a like half disassembled Y-wing.
Okay.
There's not a lot. This is not a. Are you muted, Jerry?
No.
Okay.
What is this, Xbox Live?
What's that?
Don't break our immersion. Now the people at home are going to know that Jerry's just a computer simulation.
It's not a. This definitely isn't even like a full squadron in strength as far as the ships here go. It is a base, but it's not like an especially.
So what would I need to do to steal that Y-wing off of him?
Wait for it to be in a condition where it could fly to start.
Or get much stronger to carry it out of here.
Haas, pick it up.
There are like mechanics working on some of the ships. There are rebel ground, like there's like very obviously like a ground team here. And as you guys land, you are approached by a couple of officers and a couple of like infantry. Or at least they seem to be like essentially infantry. They're in they're in like combat gear and have blaster rifles.
Okay. We'll be like, Joel, maybe you should step out of the ship first just to make sure that they're put at ease.
He will do so.
Haas, maybe you should go second so that they ask you the questions.
Can't do.
It's probably best the guy with the modified Purge Trooper armor stays on there, because I don't know how Joel's realistically gonna explain his way out of this.
I'll just show them the probably still visible blood stain from where I slit the dude's throat after stun grenading him.
No, it's fine. See?
Look at all this blood on it.
This isn't mine.
This isn't mine.
Well, I do that. I follow him.
And I'll follow you.
Joel kind of, he's already kind of explained some of what's happened, but he sort of introduces you to both as like, obviously the people who just saved his life, but also like the people who delivered the weapons shipment previously. And he introduces you to a Major Hassan, who's like the older of the two officers.
A Major
Hassan.
Major Here's that part where we start making fun of names. I thought you said a major, his son.
This is my son, a major.
This is my major. This is Major, my son.
Rebels are really.
It's a family business.
It's really just hurting for officers. You know.
I've been in the rebellion 30 years, and my son already outranks me.
He always was a smart kid.
Mm-hmm. Hassan.
Let's say, nice to meet you, Os Rideborn. This is my team. I'm its leader. You're welcome.
No.
I was expecting to go out there and be like, "This is my team. The Nautolan has severe tentacle cancer. We're just here. He's blind, deaf, crippled, and useless.
We just let him be the pilot to make it feel better.
I sure hope not. If he's blind, deaf, and useless.
Yeah, Mom was making the Nautolan the butt of his jokes.
That's
You kind of get it's like Redboard. I know that name from somewhere.
I was. Oh yeah, where do you remember that? What do you remember me from?
He doesn't know where he knows the name. He just knows he knows the name from
probably an Imperial wanted poster. Is what Apex says.
Marquee letters.
Apex says very bluntly.
While you're saying that, at the same time, Haas says, "Well, I dabbled in. I was a pretty famous athlete."
At the same time as me saying, probably from an Imperial wanted poster.